Hey guys, hope everybody is doing well. Dom Lovely here. Hi, my lovelies. Couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Well, really just one subject that I wanted to kind of talk with you guys about and kind of get your perception about. And we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. We're just gonna do it like this, Miss Andrea Kelly. Okay. I'm trying to be very, compassionate about her situation, and I know that she considers herself a victim, and I also feel that she is a victim in many different perspectives, in many ways. Um, this last past month or so, or maybe it has even been within the last couple of weeks, she has been doing some things on social media that has been very, I don't know, very questionable. And again, I hate to say that it is questionable, but I feel it is. Again, I know that, the Lifetime documentary came out and she was one of the women that spoke out about how badly and poorly she was treated by R. Kelly. But these last past actions that she is doing is really giving me pause. And, when I think about that, it's like, I have never been a victim of domestic abuse or have been, sexually assaulted. So perhaps there is some, perhaps there is some of that still going on. She doesn't really know how to feel, or she is still displaying some of that pattern of the abuse. Um, but this last past week, she has really acknowledged and showed her appreciation for R. Kelly. And I'm sure you guys have seen the clips going around. I guess she posted it on her social media of her listening to the music and enjoying it and saying that, she's happy people. And I'm like, okay, it's great to be happy. And I'm really happy that you are finding your way out of that turmoil. But do you have to listen to happy people? It would almost seem like you would just be so disgusted and just, those emotions would come back and you would relive the torture and abuse that you say that you had to go through even just by listening to his music. I mean, hell, it's bad enough that you had children with him. I'm just saying, if it were me, I would be thinking, I don't want to have any connection with him more than I already have to. I already have 3 children with him. I see my children every day. I love them, but that's a complete memory of me having to go through that situation. So for her to be, hanging out with gal pals or whatever, listening to his music, oh, let's not, and she said, let's not forget that he is a genius and he created this amazing, or helped to propel this amazing career for, some of your faves. And then she went on to list the faves, okay? Whitney Houston's, and, to help create and produce some songs for Michael Jackson. Yes, all of that is true, and I think that's what people talk about, separating the music from the predator. Can one do that? I can, It's nothing to me to not ever listen to an R. Kelly song again or not download his music. It's nothing for me, so I can separate that pretty easily. But perhaps she cannot do that. I can imagine that a lot of those songs, perhaps she felt like some of them were even written for her, or, about their life and, her experience, I'm sure, is totally different. But for her to then get on social media and post a long rant, basically saying, don't judge me if you've never been in my situation and I'm still going through turmoil. But then she flips it and said, he continued to write music and support his family, being so graceful and gracious. I'm like, huh? It really confuses me. And again, is it Stockholm syndrome? And I'm still kind of learning about that, but that's a term that I keep hearing in reference to the victims. And is that something that she is, experiencing? Because again, I wouldn't even want to hear his voice. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear your music if I'm trying to enjoy a happy time. I don't want to listen to happy people, written and produced by R. Kelly. I don't want to listen to, Step in the Name of Love, written and produced by R. Kelly, let me hear another artist, give me anything else but him if I were her. Even me now seeing, the documentary, my husband and I, we are 90s babies as well. We've even decided that we don't want to listen to R. Kelly anything, As a matter of fact, my dad's birthday party will be coming up here soon, and we'll have to meet with the DJ to discuss music and everything like that. And I've already notified him via email there's to be no R. Kelly music played at this birthday party under any circumstances. So I can definitely separate, no, I cannot. If I messed it up earlier, I want to reiterate that I cannot separate the two, the man from the music. But I just feel like Andrea Kelly, she needs to be, very careful about how she's praising him, in one voice, and then in another situation, she is crying and very emotional, in which, I can't blame her. I can only imagine the things that she must have went through, what she had to endure. But it just comes off a little bit disingenuous, to be honest with you. And I believe all of the women on that documentary, I believe it happened to them. I believe they experienced it. And I know that everybody will, they will display what happened to them in different ways, And so I just feel like, I don't want to say she needs to pick a side, but, and also, wouldn't that be kind of confusing for her children? Because I can just only imagine, they're now of age, where I'm sure they have social media, and I'm sure they know or knew what mom probably went through. So to me, that would be confusing for my kid. Like, where you're upset and then you're crying and then you're praising him and said that he was gracious. It's like, nah, hell no. I don't really get that. And I have to be honest, that interview she did on The View, it seemed kind of extra, It seemed like she was putting 20 on 10. And, she would cry one minute and then she would pull it back immediately and start talking about, whatever. I don't know. She just seemed to be doing a lot. I wish her nothing but the best. I wish her children nothing but the best, because I'm sure they had to endure some things as well. I just need for Andrea Kelly to just, just really think about the stuff that she's putting on social media, because you don't want people to start to feel like the other victims are, kind of lying or not being, accurate about what they showed on a documentary. So that's all I have to say about that. I have a lot more views on this situation, and I will definitely be posting them. Do me a favor, guys. Definitely subscribe to my channel. I'm just a mom and a wife, putting up my opinion here on YouTube, and this is something that I like to do. I like to voice my opinion here and read the comments, and I have a growing channel, so I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel and thumbs upping my video. All right, you guys have a good one. Bye.